Judge Humphrey and said, I cannot go over there anymore. I mean, these guys are just so wild, you know, because you're a new attorney, you want to follow all the rules. So I thought that was really funny.
Because that one will be bigger and
Artie's
a lot
just
more area.
such a good guy, so laid back.
I mean, we already have our ideas. So I think
Yeah.
I am they're going to really like our ideas.
Yeah.
On phase 2. So, yeah, I mean, that'd be perfect.
That's a little too strict, I think. Wow.
You guys ready?
Yeah. I see that though. I definitely see that.
No, nobody has to sit up here.
That's why I think
We'll do it. We'll get it. We'll get it.
Yeah. We should all be older before we start doing this.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. This is a joint work session between Redevelopment Commission, Board of Works, and Main Street. And what we'd like to do first is a roll call. So, Kelly, I think you got the roll call for the Redevelopment and Board of Works. You want to do that first?
Board of Work member Paul Seymour Jr.
Here.
Member Mooch Calloway.
Here.
Then Redevelopment member, we have Owen Cross.
Here.
Member Paul Seymour Sr.
Present.
Member Randy Abner.
Here.
Member Mel Davis.
Here.
Director Brian Messmore.
Here.
Then I'll go ahead and do Mayor Kelly Milan,
Here.
City Attorney Del Weldon,
Here.
and Clerk Treasurer Richard Richardson.
Present.
Okay, Pat, you want to go through yours, just to get a roll call? And I'll announce them through you're recording, right? You don't have to.
I could do a roll call, actually.
Mary Helen Crook, Linda Schneider, Jim Kittle,
Lori and Matthew McDaniel are supposed to be here. They're not here yet.
so you don't have a quorum.
Not yet. They said they were coming.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think you guys were last on it anyway, so we'll go ahead and go forward. The purpose of this meeting is to approve resolutions. Each group will approve a resolution in order for the property to be eventually transferred over to the F&C group. It's got to go. Redevelopment currently owns the property. Redevelopment has to eventually transfer it to the city, which is Board of Works, and then from the Board of Works it would be transferred to a nonprofit, which is going to be Main Street, and then Main Street's resolution will be voted on to transfer it to F&C. Now, none of this property transfer takes place until the actual closing. All tonight is the process and the approval of the resolutions. So the actual transfer of property does not happen until closing, which could be months. So just so everybody's clear on that. So, all right. So the first group, redevelopment, resolution number.
This will be Resolution 2-2019, resolution of the City of Lawrenceburg Redevelopment Commission authorizing disposition of real estate. (2-2019).
Questions, discussion?
And Bruce Donaldson and Matt is here from Reedy. Bruce is here from Barnes and Thornburg, so they're available to answer any questions you have as well. We'll show Matthew McDaniel just arrived for the record for Main Street.
Okay. No discussion from redevelopment, folks? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve Resolution 2-2019.
So moved.
Second?
I guess it has to be redevelopment.
Yeah, redevelopment, yes. Second? Owen, second. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Or we got? Okay, did you say aye? Okay. Okay. All right. Board of Works, resolution number.
This will be Resolution 1-2019, resolution of the Board of Public Works for the City of Lawrenceburg, Indiana, approving the acquisition and disposition of certain land for economic development purposes.
Questions?
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
And I don't know who can answer them. I need to be educated. We've never done nothing like this, and I'm just wondering why, we did the big hotel convention center through redevelopment. So my question is, keep it as simple as I can, why are we doing this?
Bruce, doing it.
I just want to be, before I sign this or vote for it, I'd like to understand.
Sure.
what I don't
Bruce Donaldson with Barnes and Thornburg. So the Redevelopment Commission has its own processes for disposing of property, and the city has a separate statute for disposing of property. And when you want to do an economic development deal specifically with a selected developer, those the redevelopment statute is not very accommodating to that, because it requires appraisals, and you offer property, and then if nobody bids, then you can wait and negotiate, and it's kind of a long, elaborate process that is not real friendly to what you want to do here. The city, on the other hand, has the authority to dispose of property to a nonprofit corporation, and that nonprofit has the authority to further dispose it to the liking of what the city wants to do. So we're trying to get the property in the hands of the city via the Board of Public Works, get it into the hands of Main Street, also via the Board of Public Works, and then Main Street, when the deal is ready to close, can contribute the property as part of the project, which was part of the project agreement that the council approved. So it's really just a legal mechanism to make the transfer of the property as seamless as possible.
I thought we advertised this property already. Now-
As far as I know, I don't
I
know
don't think
if
it
we
was
did
in
that.
our administration, but
Oh.
I don't know how timeline was. I can remember meetings and things on this property, so I thought all along that we've got through that stage and we could do with this what we want in arm's length, and we've kind of made that decision.
I didn't know anything about that. I know we hadn't done anything with it in the last 3.5 years, but I didn't
You're
know
right.
what had happened prior to then.
Is there a timeline on that? I mean, if, there probably is. So this is a matter of saving time and putting it in somebody's hands and keeping the ball rolling, because we would have to advertise it for 30 days, wait for a response, another 30 days, so now we're looking at 60, and then decision-making process.
And we had to get appraisals before that all happened.
All right, okay.
Any other questions?
Nope.
If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve Resolution 1-2019. Second?
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? That motion will carry. And Main Street, you got a quorum now, Pat, with Matthew?
That's before. Yeah, we have a full but we do have questions.
Oh, yeah.
Like we've never done anything before. Matthew has some
Good evening. I'm really just appearing on behalf of Main Street. I'm legal counsel for Main Street. This is obviously a new issue for us. We have never been used as a mechanism or an entity for a property transfer. So I think over, just having been aware of this over the past week, we don't feel like we're in a position right now to, move forward with the transaction. We would like to dig in further with the issue of Main Street as an entity being used as a mechanism for a property transfer. I've issued a recommendation to Main Street that we, not reject this proposal right away, but at least take this under advisement while we dig into various issues that, could affect Main Street. There's a lot of complex issues, just as Barnes and Thornburg in Indianapolis has been hired to assess this real property transaction. We would have issues possibly related to title searches, lien attachments, Liz Pennon's investigations, different tax implications, general liability, warranty concerns with the property, and then other due diligence concerns that we need to investigate and properly vet and consider with our board. So I don't know if the board would have any input on what due diligence has been done with the board's end of it, but those would be our concerns right now. And I think once we take those under advisement, then we'd be in a better position to kind of assess whether this is an appropriate mechanism for a property transfer. We understand there's a lot of valid legal reasons why that might be appropriate, but right now I think we just don't have enough information, and we need additional time to consider this as a resolution. And we're obviously seeking input from this council as well. And I know all of Main Street here today, they would, they're open ears as well.
I'd like to make a suggestion then, because I've been thinking about it. I don't blame anybody a bit, but are we in that big of a time crunch that we just can't say, hey, put it out for bid, do it the regular way that we've always done it, and just, we're liable to wait a little while here and then get a no answer. Is there any way that we should start moving forward on this, just in case?
Yeah, no, that's,
Bruce, do you know what the implications, would there be any?
The only, first of all, if you think that this has already happened, we could investigate that, and then we might be able to just operate under the process that you described earlier. Because you described the process very well, if the Redevelopment Commission handles it. If not, the only concern I have under your project agreement is that we agreed to get the local approval process done by the end of April. I'm not sure we'd have to either get an agreement to extend that, or we might not be able to get it through all. We probably wouldn't be able to get through it all by the end of April. So
So we're probably better off we get their questions answered and see if.
Let me ask you this, Kelly. Do we think that we're gonna, it's April 1st, so we're counting on the Corps to give us an answer before April 2?
No,
no,
that's not part of the development agreement.
yeah, just the local local rules.
So, yeah, we knew that the Army Corps was a crapshoot. Yeah, that wasn't in the development agreement as part of the local.
and I think Main Street's questions are fair, obviously bringing together three groups, Board of Works, Redevelopment, and Main Street all at once. There really wasn't a lot of opportunity for discussion beforehand. Tonight's meeting could be more informational, and I appreciate Attorney McDaniel raising those questions. I can tell you, Matt, in Main Street, that we have kind of gone through all those steps with the title work and the zoning for the property, and that this transfer isn't a transfer where you would possess the property for any amount of time or have any liability associated with the property. And so, but I think it would be appropriate and fair to return, maybe in a week or two, and having answered those questions, we could all work with Attorney McDaniel and Main Street and answer them. Those are all fair questions. And I will speak to just the issue with the traditional redevelopment transfer. We'll look into that, Paul, certainly. The reason that this is a fit for what we're doing here tonight, rather than doing a traditional redevelopment transfer is redevelopment is really set up to transfer property via a sale to anyone, kind of a sale to the public, where this project contemplates a transfer of this property to one specific end user. So doing that doesn't really fit in with how redevelopment is structured. For example, if we listed it for sale and someone just came in and wanted to buy it for the average of 2 appraisals, then they could just buy it. And then, the property wouldn't have gone for what we wanted it to go to.
I guess my statement and thought is if we do some research and it's been advertised and nobody came in before, maybe step one's done. But there might be a time period on that to where, no, you have to do it again. I'm not sure about that.
We can research that
Right.
and see.
You can find, we can find the processes and make sure that everything was done right, appraisals, notice, all that. We can look into that.
I remember attending a couple meetings, but I'm not sure, exactly what all was involved.
What year was this?
I think it would have been in the car administration.
Mel Davis. It was discussed heavily in the Cunningham administration also. I don't know if we went through the process of the appraisals, but there was a lot of discussion about how to redevelop that area. Might go back into Cunningham's second administration, or second board.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll look into it. Yeah, we'll get back to you on that, and then we'll also meet with Main Street and answer all their questions, and then we can get back together in a week or two. That's acceptable to all three boards.
Okay by you, Matthew? Okay. All right. That's all I have. Motion to adjourn.
I can't make a motion, I'm not on the Board of Works.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. See you in 15.
Okay.
Yes, sir. No, that's just usually something, that's some of the mechanism that closes.
Still,